Of the 7 quality management principles, one stands above all others. It's the first principle listed. It is referenced more times in ISO 9001 than any other concept. It is the reason your QMS exists. Customer focus. Without customers, there is no organization. Clause 5.1.2 makes sure leadership never forgets that. Welcome back to ISO Decoded. I'm Ahmed Ibrahim and this is episode 7. Last week, we explored the broad leadership requirements of Clause 5.1.1, 9 specific commitments that top management must demonstrate. Today, we drill into a dedicated subclause that the standard considers so important. It gets its own section, Clause 5.1.2, Customer Focus. This is not buried deep in the operations clauses. It sits right in the leadership section because ISO 9001 wants to make a powerful statement. Ensuring customer focus is a leadership responsibility, not just a frontline function. The Quality Management Principles document from ISO states that the primary focus of quality management is to meet customer requirements and to strive to exceed customer expectations. Notice both parts. Meeting requirements is the minimum. Striving to exceed expectations is the aspiration. The duality runs through everything we will discuss today. Clause 5.1.2 contains 5 specific requirements for top management. Let's decode each one. Requirement 1. Customer requirements and applicable statutory and regulatory requirements are determined, understood and consistently met. This links directly back to Clause 4.2, where you identified interested parties and their requirements. But here, the responsibility is elevated to leadership. Top management must ensure these requirements are not just documented but actually understood and consistently fulfilled. Requirement 2. The risks and opportunities that can affect conformity of products and services and the ability to enhance customer satisfaction are determined and addressed. This connects to Clause 6.1, risk-based thinking. Leaders must ensure that risks to customer satisfaction are identified and mitigated proactively. Requirement 3. The focus on enhancing customer satisfaction is maintained. Notice the word maintained, not established once and forgotten. Customer focus must be a persistent, ongoing priority. Requirement 4. This requirement is implied through the structure of the standard. Customer feedback and satisfaction data must inform decision-making at the leadership level. Requirement 5 is about results. Top management must ensure that products and services consistently meet customer requirements. This is the outcome test. Policies and intentions are meaningless if the actual products or services fail to satisfy customers. The thread connecting all 5 is this. Leadership must create systems that listen to customers, anticipate their needs, manage risks to satisfaction and deliver consistently. You cannot manage what you cannot measure. So how do you measure customer satisfaction in the context of ISO 9001? Clause 9.1.2, which we will cover in detail in a future episode, requires the organization to monitor customers' perceptions of the degree to which their needs and expectations have been fulfilled. But Clause 5.1.2 places the accountability for this monitoring at the leadership level. Here are the most common methods organizations use. Customer satisfaction surveys. These can be transactional after each purchase or service or periodic annual relationship surveys, for example. The key is asking the right questions and acting on the answers. Customer complaint analysis. Every complaint is a data point. Track complaints and trends by category, product line, and severity. A declining complaint rate is a positive indicator, but zero complaints could mean customers are not bothering to tell you. Net Promoter Score (NPS) asks one simple question: how likely are you to recommend us? It gives you a quick pulse on a customer loyalty, customer retention, and repeat business rates. If customers keep coming back, you are doing something right. If they leave, find out why. On-time delivery performance. For many industries, delivery reliability is the top satisfaction driver. Warranty claims and returns data. These are objective measures of product quality as experienced by the customer. ISO 10004-2018 provides detailed guidance on monitoring and measuring customer satisfaction. It is a companion standard to ISO 9001 and an excellent resource for building a robust satisfaction measurement program. The critical point: this data must reach top management. If customer satisfaction metrics are buried in a quality department report that leadership never sees, clause 5.1.2 is not being met. Let me paint a real-world picture of customer focus done right. Imagine an engineering services company. Their leadership receives a monthly dashboard that includes customer satisfaction scores by project type, a log of all customers' complaints with root cause categories, on-time delivery rates for each service line, and a voice of the customer summary compiled from project debrief meetings. At quarterly meeting management reviews, leadership reviews this data and makes decisions: which service lines need improvement, where to invest in capability, which customer segments to prioritize. Quality objectives include measurable targets like increase overall CSAT score from 4.1 to 4.5 by year end and reduce complaint resolution time from 5 days to 3 days. CSAT is customer satisfaction indicator. This is a customer focus integrated into leadership. The QMS doesn't just track satisfaction, it drives decisions. Now, audit tips for clause 5.1.2. Tip 1. Auditors will ask top management directly about customer focus. Be prepared for questions like: how do you know your customers are satisfied? And can you give me an example of a recent decision driven by customer feedback? Tip 2. Show the connection between customer data and actions taken. A dashboard without follow-up actions is just a decoration. Tip 3. Demonstrate that statutory and regulatory requirements are systematically identified and tracked, not left to individual knowledge. Especially in regulated industries, this is a critical audit area. Tip 4. Show evidence that customer focus extends beyond the sales team. Production, logistics, engineering, and even finance should understand how their work impacts the customer. To recap, clause 5.1.2 ensures that customer focus is a leadership responsibility. Top management must ensure customer and regulatory requirements are understood and met, risks to satisfaction are addressed, and a culture of customer focus is maintained throughout the organization. Measure satisfaction with multiple tools. Ensure the data reaches leadership, and most importantly, act on it. Customer focus is not a department, it's a culture, and culture starts at the top. Next week in episode 8, we tackle clause 5.2, the quality policy. This is the single most visible document in your QMS. We will explore what makes a great quality policy, what makes a terrible one, and how to ensure your policy is a living commitment rather than a framed booster that nobody reads. Subscribe, share, and leave a review. Together we are decoding quality for the world. Until next week, keep decoding quality.